Hey, bro, let me spit a rap for you. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
let me
worldwide.
spit a rap. Come on, man.
Worldwide, man.
Look.
Let's do it.
Look. I got my cater on my block. If I see him, I'ma feed him. I'ma lead him, nigga, feed him with they brands on it. We decided to do it.
They write, I don't know why, they just write war stories. They try to present themselves as gangsters, and you're like 12. Like, how is that possible? You haven't lived a long life to be a gangster yet. And it's actually pretty crazy. So I'd write back like, why are you acting like this? Just wanted to know why they're acting like that at 12.
It kind of made me happy just to know that it was in a magazine, just to see my actual writing in print, and that's, I guess, what made me happy.
I think it's a great program because not a lot of people who are in juvenile hall read or write very well, and it gets them to write and read more often. So I think that's a plus.
Gets me excited, like, oh, people like my writing. Oh, you're all happy, and then I do some more just to do that, feel that again.
The first issue of The Beat Within was on the death of Tupac Shakur. I mean, I don't know where you were. I mean, it was powerful. I mean, it was on all the radio stations. I mean, people were. I mean, everyone knows the impact that artist had on a lot of young people. And maybe until this day, I think still to an extent. And it was the middle of September when Tupac was murdered, and I had them write about the death of Tupac Shakur, and the writing was so powerful. That's when I went to my colleagues here that we need to put this out now. They need to read the writing now on how they felt about the death of Tupac, and cause it was quite moving, that their writing. And Sandy and I agreed that we need to get it out now. We need to do this. Maybe we need to do this every week. Okay, let's do this as a weekly. Let's call it The Beat Within. It was almost like we just did this in passing in a 2-minute conversation. It wasn't like we were sitting around the table trying to figure out what should we call ourselves. The Beat Within, Letters from Lockdown, what? It was just like, let's call it The Beat Within. Yes, let's call it The Beat Within. Let's be a weekly. Great. We published the first issue on the death of Tupac, and from that point on, we've been a weekly publication. And that was in September of 1996.
For this to work, you've got to give the beat attention. You've got to be serious enough so that we can deal with our topics. You can get some writing down. Elizabeth and I can help where we can help. And at the end, we can get some of the braver people in this room to stand up and read what they have written. Wow. There's only a few of you that have that much courage.
Well, I am responsible for the San Francisco workshops, which happen Tuesday night. And, basically we go in with topics, which I often am the one that writes because I'm the writer in the group.
Think back of a time when you did something that made your face flush hot, and then tell us all about the embarrassing moment.
So, Chris, have you ever had an embarrassing moment?
Huh?
One that you can talk about publicly.
It's embarrassing, which means you can't talk about it. It's yourself.
It's hard to talk about embarrassing moments because guess what? They're embarrassing.
During my first week of practice, I was doing sit-ups, and the whole gym's crowded, right? I mean, there's a lot of girls and everything. It's crowded, right? I'm sitting here hitting sit-ups. I go up on the 8th sit-up and I just let one out, bro.
Bad boy, bad.
And we come up with those on the same day as the workshops. We go in, we talk about 3 or 4 topics that we might have written about. We ask them to choose one topic and we write.
Like each week they give out 3 different topics. Like a topic would be just random things. When the last time you held a baby, or how do you feel about being in juvenile, or When's the last time you got drunk? Just random topics, just to write about. And then there's a fourth topic where it says, write how you feel.
Do you want a sneak peek at this real quick? Sneak peek? All right, look. When I first laid eyes upon you, I experienced emotions that cannot be explained in words. The cognitive abilities cannot begin to grasp the idea of holding you in my arms. Her skin is a sensational caramel that looks as if it would melt upon contact. That's just a sneak peek real quick.
From my own experience, it's not really hard for me to push them. You know what I mean? I just talk to them like as if I know them for a long time, as if they were part of my family. Because when I talk to them, I can relate. I can relate to them because I know that thing that they go through and what they think, what they do, and what they're thinking all the time. You know what they want to write about.
12 years old, stole a car and got locked up, sitting on the hard bed, scared to get knocked up. Had to hide my fears, couldn't be weak. I had to poke my chest out, hold my head high like a mountain peak. Too young, I had to step up and fall down. My reality changed a smile to a small frown.
The whole idea is to stem conversation, get the wheels spinning. We never push the young people to write on our topics. Those 70 to 80% of them will write on the topics. If anything, it's just to start to have some type of classroom discussion, and again, get the wheels spinning in their heads.
When I first laid eyes on you, your eyes were blue. Come on, blood. You were like a dream come true. My words out of my mouth was, I love you. I wouldn't give nothing in the world to lose you. As you grew up, you were turning into a little monster. But I cherish every moment seeing you with that grin on your face. I just loved it. Your smile melted my heart. I never thought you would grow up so fast and we were gonna become apart. Right there.
All right, yes, sir. Next Tuesday.
Thank you, gentlemen. Each piece that we publish, we respond to, and that means for San Francisco, I respond to every single piece we publish in all the units, even though I'm only responsible for facilitating, for directing 2 units, because I don't have time to split myself up into 6. I still respond to all 6 units writing every week. That means I get to know the kids, even the kids I don't get to see, through their writing week after week, and I respond, and often they'll respond to my response. They'll say, you don't know me, why do you write this nonsense? And I'll sometimes say, you're right, you're right, I don't know you. But then you don't know me either, and that's the whole point. Let's get to know each other. So all kinds of possibilities in that relationship.
Sometimes it's really difficult when I do the responses because I don't know what to say, or I've said everything already. So I get stuck, and then I don't want to sound too cheesy, but then I don't want to keep it too real, because I don't know how they're going to take it. But I usually just try to tell them what I would want to hear from, what people would tell me.
What should I do, B? My girl left me. I'm looking at 5 years in prison. My mom's not talking to me. I'm not sure what I should do. Any thoughts, B? And then here's our chance to say, well, we want to play that role. Or we just tell or we may respond and just say to a young person on a great piece, this is awesome writing, keep it up. You've come such a long way. Or we might do a tough love response and just tell the kid, man, if you keep living this life, you're going to find yourself in prison or 6 feet under.
Omar, who's in charge of so much in this office, started as a writer in my unit in San Mateo, raised his hand one day and said, might there be a place for me at the beat? And he's been at the beat for, I guess, 7 years ever since, and just invaluable. And to watch that growth, that progression from a child's thinking to an adult's thinking and the responsibilities that go with it and meeting those responsibilities, it's just a very heartening thing to see. It makes me happy.
I was in juvenile for about 11 months, and they came during Tuesdays and did workshops from 7:30 to 8:30. And I just took part in that workshop. And then they were offering jobs for people who got out. So when I got out, I went straight to them. They offered me a job as soon as I walked in the door. They're like, you want to get to work now? Like, yeah. And then they had me sign some papers, and I was working the next day.
Well, obviously there's a special relationship that started in juvenile hall for them to even take that courageous step to leave their neighborhoods or to make this somewhat commitment to come to our office. So I give them a lot of praise to walk into this. It's hard to walk into an office space and say, I want to work here, not knowing what you're going to walk into, and let alone probably never had a legit job in your life. And so when they come through, you try to do your best to help them find their niche. Some do, some get turned off and maybe only come once or twice and you never see them again. Others, like the Omars and the Allens, you may have them for the next 10 years and maybe they end up becoming full-time employed.
I was participating in the way I used to write. So she told me, you know what, once you get out from this program, come through and then I'm gonna help you get at least something, get a little job. So since then, I started here when 1999. So I've been here for about 11 years.
And we do everything in-house. We design the publication in-house, we print it, we fold it, we type it, we edit it, blah, 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 the whole nine. So distribution, yes, it goes back to every young person who participates in our workshops. And then, by request, we get anywhere from 200 to 500 letters a week from past participants or those we've never seen who want to be within or want to be on our mailing list. The internet, you can download a publication or you can download the pages you want if you want to download specific pieces or just read them online. But obviously kids incarcerated or adults incarcerated do not have access to that, yeah.
It excited me. I was thrilled. Oh yeah, I'm doing something finally. I like to feel accomplished, like I accomplished something. I never really accomplished anything when I was on the streets, never. So when I did this and I saw my own article inside the newspaper, I'm like, okay, finally doing something.
So this particular young man, who wrote under the name of the Poetic Prisoner, and who was a brilliant writer. And as a writer myself, I gravitate to people I immediately see have some innate talent. He was one of those people, wonderful poetry. And he came here and we bonded. But in that bonding, he has fallen several times, gone back to jail, gone back to juvenile hall, gone back to his old ways, gone back to his alcohol, gone back to the things that caused him to fall to begin with. But actually the things that caused him to fall to begin with go far deeper than the alcohol. The question is, why the alcohol? And there are lots of personal reasons in his own life. But the point I'm trying to make is that he calls me Pops. I think of him as a kind of a son. And so I've had to endure and watch in great pain him going back to jail, him making a relationship and making a baby and then leaving that relationship and leaving the baby and all those things that are part of real life. We are still very, very close. So I'm blessed with that relationship, but also cursed by that relationship, just like every parent is both blessed and cursed when they watch their children struggling with life, which is a struggle.
Just dealing with incarcerated youth, and that's what really made me want to work here. And I like all the stories that they have to say, and they inspire me now in my day-to-day life,
So when I think of the Beat Within, I just think of all these young people. All I see is guys wearing khakis and sweatshirts and stuck in a bad place, but here they are willing to attempting to share a part of them that otherwise would never be shared. I mean, we get teachers telling us and social workers and lawyers, like, how did you get such and such to tell his or her story? I mean, it's taken me months to get them to speak, and here you are, they're able to just, put it out there for you. I mean, to see the face of a young person who's been published for the first time and see their name, maybe a little byline or whatever, I mean, it is a payday right there.
Now, even though we look different, I'm the same as you, but I got another side of me I would like to introduce. I love math and drama, my favorite subjects in school. I love educating my mind instead of hanging on the block with my crew. Now, even though I play tough, I got a heart that can love. Instead of pushing and shove, I'd rather give you a hug. I'm more of a person than just a thug.